And welcome back. Well, Nancy Hendrickson is here today. She is the Educational Programs Manager with the Braille Institute. Nice to have you here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
First of all, I know you folks have been on here before, but where is the location of the Braille Institute nearest to here?
We are located in Anaheim, in Orange County actually, in Anaheim, right maybe a couple blocks from the Knott's Berry Farm on Dale and Crescent Street.
All right, very good. And I understand, though, that you have folks that come down here to the village here and you do presentations and things like that, right?
Yes, we do. We do. We have once a month, on the first Friday of the month, we have a support group. And we also have classes we offer 4 times a year. And we have some classes coming up in April. But we also have our low vision consultants coming down once a month to do low vision presentations.
Yeah, that is really good, and it's nice to have that service here. Basically, what you wanted to talk about today is just getting how do people get around in their daily lives around the area. Obviously, they can't drive. That's got to be difficult for a lot of people, and I would think that for many of them, they don't want to burden others to say, can you give me a ride here and there? So what kind of services are there for them?
Well, first of all of our services are free at Braille Institute, but what we call orientation mobility is a way for people to be able to learn to navigate around their environment. And this is a service that we have specialists, orientation mobility specialists, that will teach these skills on how to navigate. To help people to become independent, to travel safely and confidently in their neighborhood, in their community, in their home, helping them to avoid obstacles, how to cross streets safely, how to climb stairs, how to use a friend or a family as a guide. And these just really opens up a whole new world for people to be able to travel, to take a train, to take public transportation, access, or even how to get around with the Laguna Woods buses safely. So all these services are offered free, and it's all based on the individual needs and goals of the students and what they want to do.
Do you have people that work one-on-one with them, or more in a seminar type situation?
Actually, it's usually one-on-one. And once we get they go out and they meet with the person, they find out what their needs and their goals are, and then they work on those skills to improve them and help them to become independent.
Do you find that, just like any individual, everybody's needs are different, and obviously you work with people who have anything from low vision to maybe total blindness, right?
Absolutely.
It's everything in between.
Yes.
And so do you have different services for the different levels of vision, or do some of them just kind of work across the board for everyone?
Well, again, as I mentioned, we work on their individual needs and goals.
Okay.
So if we have somebody with low vision, their needs are going to be a little bit different than somebody with total blindness. And so we assess that situation, and then we'll adjust the lessons to meet their needs.
Okay, and what about the fact that we've seen for decades now people using the white cane, and do people still use that? Are there better technologies out there that'll work for them?
Most people who actually, in order to use a white cane, you'll have to be certified as legally blind.
Okay.
And legal blindness is basically defined, simplified, is 2200 or worse in both eyes with corrective lenses, or that's their acuity. Their field of vision is reduced to 20 degrees or less. And then once they're deemed that, then we can provide them with a cane. And their canes are specially fitted for them. But the cane is important because it does help the O&M to teach the students how to identify their surroundings. It's for protection, and it's also to provide feedback in the environment. So it is very, very important. Crossing streets and how to locate obstacles on the ground if there's a raise in the sidewalk, or they're going from one surface to another, cement or grass. The cane will help them to determine what that is and to adjust properly.
Okay. And have there been different techniques used over the years? Have you seen, I don't know how long you've been involved with the Braille Institute, but have you seen different ways things are done as, we just gain better technology or gain better knowledge?
Well, what's nice about the technology now is there's a lot in your iPhones. There's built-in GPS, and that helps people to navigate and get from point A to point B, which is wonderful. And there's also GPS devices. There's one called the Trekker Breeze and a Trekker that help people to navigate. There are some laser canes, but we don't use them too often, but also guide dogs. Guide dogs are another way for people to be independent in their travel and to get from one place to another. And basically the cane has been the best.
Speaking of guide dogs, is there like a waiting list? How does someone's interested in that? How do they acquire one? Because we know, in fact, someone that I used to know that lived in our neighborhood, that's what they did as sort of their, I don't want to say hobby, but as their extra thing that they would work and make service dogs in general. Is there a wait list for that? How does one acquire one?
Well, actually what happens is they do have to be independent cane users, and they do apply for guide dog school, and there's several guide dog schools in California and in other states, depending on where they want to go and how far. Once they apply and they're accepted, they live on the campus for anywhere between 2 weeks and 6 weeks, and they learn. They need to make sure that the person who's requesting the guide dog and the guide dog are compatible, and they can work together, and they learn how to cross streets and take care of their dog as well, because it is a responsibility to have a guide dog. You still have to be responsible and
of course,
make sure their health is maintained and they're fed properly and so forth. So, so a lot of students who really want to be independent and have that companionship, they get a guide dog.
Yeah, that's nice. And how does somebody inquire about your training that you have? We have your number to call and all, but can they, when you have your seminars here, would that be best to find out and go to one of those?
Well, what we are on the, we have a website, so they can visit us at www.brailleinstitute.com. Also, or excuse me, .org, yes, excuse me, .org. Also, they can just give us a call, and I think the number's on the screen.
Yeah, 714-821-5000.
Right, and ask for information about our programs and services, and they will be directed to the proper person.
Very good. And do you find that you work with maybe eye care specialists in the area that, maybe somebody's going to one of them and, unfortunately their vision isn't going to get any better? Do they often recommend you folks? Do you work with them?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, they do. They do recommend.
That's good. So there's another avenue for them as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I think it's great that you have the seminars here and the work that you all do. And I understand how long it's been around for quite a while, hasn't it? A few decades, right? The Braille Institute? And it started right here in this area.
Well,
or in Orange County or LA, right?
Well, in Los Angeles, we started back in 1919.
Yeah.
And we've expanded.
Amazing.
We have 5 centers now, and then our outreach programs.
That is really good. You folks do a lot of good work. Again, their phone number, their Orange County number is 714-821-5000, and it's brailleinstitute.org, and you can see all the different services that they have. Give them a call if you feel that either you or maybe someone you know could really benefit from their organization. It's been around 100 years just about, and it's fantastic. It really is. Good to have you here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We will see you again, and we'll be right back.